UT Martin head coach Ryan Jenkins, his team picked fourth in the preseason poll. Your seventh season with the program. Just general thoughts on heading into the 2024 season.
I mean, for me, it's an exciting year. Like I said, we just discussed it. I mean, it's been really nice for the weather as far as getting the team prepared and feeling like you're kind of doing what you're supposed to do as a coach and getting the guys ready for competition. I think that's been really good. We've got an older group, very tight knit group. So I'm excited to watch them play and watch them play somebody other than themselves.
Does it feel like this is your seventh season? It seems like you just started recently, in my opinion. But
It does. Seems like time moves fast, a lot faster than you would think. It's flown by. But yeah, it just seems like, last week we were, just starting out and trying to change some things here. But it's been a good trip and we've really enjoyed it. And I think that the quality of our program has improved.
that's what I was going to get at. And last season, before we talk about this year, I kind of wanted you to. What am I looking for? Just tell us about how that, it was a next step for your program. You all won a games, you're seeding the tournament. How just did that help your program going forward?
I mean, it's huge for everything. It's huge for recruiting, which is probably our biggest hurdle. That's the most important thing that we do is recruiting and making sure that we're bringing in, high quality players, but also players that kind of fit the mold and fit our system and gel and melt with the group that we've already got here. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing is it helps with recruiting. It starts to change some things on that end. The other thing is we've got to start winning and the guys got to start really understanding that they are a good group of baseball players and that they can win consistently. And I thought that we really did that down the stretch last year. All those things are huge for our program. The interest in our program has gone up. All those things. So for me, last year was a good starting point, and hopefully we can kind of use it to catapult us into better things this year.
And I realize that the preseason polls are worthless. It's just something for us to talk about, but you got that respect after that year. Pick fourth. Is that part of the, hey, we had a good season and people think you're going to replicate that? It has to be a good feeling.
Yeah, I mean it's good to start to work our way up that board, but really and truly it doesn't mean a whole lot. It's not something that we've talked about. Um, for me, it's just everybody kind of goes off of how you finished the previous year, which is everybody. But, it's not something that we've talked about a lot. And I think the guys know that, I'm not really too involved with social media and getting into every little thing like that. We don't talk about those things in practice, but it is nice for us to kind of to move up the leaderboard a little bit.
You talked about talent right before then. You had Caleb Hobson, who was drafted last year, which he was a tremendous player. And then some of your players back who were first team selections, who were preseason All OVC this year. Just some thoughts on that, on how getting talent drafted, but also getting guys to come back who were impact players for you last.
Yeah, the guys in this league understand, how hard it is to when you have guys that come in and play really well to keep them and create an environment that they want to be in and stay in. So it's really nice to have all those guys back. And then when you talk about Caleb Hobson, I mean, that's a guy that's, for us is always going to be, difficult to replace. Fortunate for us, we've got an older group. We've got some guys that can move around. Zach Rice will kind of move over and try to take that spot. And, we're fortunate that we've got some guys that have played all over the field. So right now for us, we're trying to figure out how the pieces fit and build our lineup so that it's productive offensively, but also we're playing good defense. But he's difficult to replace. He's very special. So with this group being older and more mature and, really a lot of these guys have done a lot of different things. It makes it a little bit easier to move some guys around and try to fill that void.
What do you like most about your team preseason right now, a week ahead of the season starting?
I mean, I like the things that we can't really control. I mean, we do our best to do our due diligence with our recruiting and make sure that we bring in guys that are kind of like-minded, guys that hate to lose. And I mean, the thing that I like about this group is, they're all together. The chemistry's been really good. It's an older group. They hold one another accountable, which is very important for us and what we're doing here. So it's good to see, these guys get out and do extra work on their own, dragging other guys on the team along. So I think a lot of the things that are going to be, dictators and whether or not we're as good as we should be are already kind of taken care of with just the group and the character of the group.
And taking that one step further, what is the most important, if you had to pick one thing, what's the most important thing that would contribute to your team's success so you have a chance to win the OVC championship this year?
I mean, the biggest thing is we gotta keep them healthy. The health of our team is going to be huge. We've got some younger guys that are playing some roles in some positions that just aren't as seasoned as some of the guys in the field. We got to make sure that the guys that are in the middle of our lineup and throwing on the weekend stay healthy, and the guys in the bullpen stay healthy.
In your time, obviously the makeup of the league has changed with the teams. This year, we're now 10 teams. We got Western Illinois. How have you seen the league change in your time in the OVC, and thoughts about what do you think it'll be like in 2024?
I think, it's gotten better from the bottom. Everybody's improved. The quality of players gotten better. Everybody in the league's tried to make strides, as far as facilities and kind of promoting the league. For me, it's an older group across the league. Everybody's, got kind of seasoned guys. There's a lot of names that you're accustomed to that you've seen, and we all do scouting reports weekly, so we watch everybody in the league. So it's an older group. It's a very talented group across the board. I think that you're going to see high caliber players all across the league. Friday nights are going to be big arms, and on the back end of the game, there's going to be big arms, and there's going to be guys that can really play. So I'm excited. I think the league's gotten better, across the board.
We're going to end the season again this year in Marion. I know you all were there last year. You want to be around longer this year, but just thoughts about the championship being at that venue.
I mean, it's great for us. It's right down the road. Easy trip. Like I said, the venue was great. The lodging situation was really good. The guys could come over and watch games. The guys were right there. So it's great for us. I mean, I like it. The guys like it. Turf field makes it so if we get any rain or anything, we can jump right out there and play. So, you don't feel like you're sitting around waiting for windows and talking to 20 different people on the field conditions and all that kind of stuff. So we like it. Beautiful venue. The people that work there are great, and, they take good care of us.
Wanted to ask you about your schedule early on, especially very home heavy. You got a lot of home series, and you're going to go to Memphis. You're not going to leave the state of Tennessee until March 6th. So just how that came together and what you expect out of that non-conference.
Yeah, we were fortunate. Like I said, we wanted to try to schedule more at home. We're making major, strides to improve our facilities. New hitting facility. We're working on a new field and everything. So we want to start trying to play more home games. We want to keep the guys here a little bit more early in the season, especially with some of the travel on the back end. We've got good competition, which is we've always tried to schedule, guys that are going to press you and kind of shine a light on the things that you need to improve before you get into conference play. But I'm excited about, like I said, being at home and being able to hopefully, do some things here before we've got to get on the road and improve. And it's always easier on the guys when, they're getting to sleep in their own bed. And this is the first year where we've kind of got that 50-50 split on home and away.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time this morning, and just best of luck to you and the Skyhawks as we enter this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.